Okay. What were your, what was your strategy to try and solve this problem? Michaela?
Cut the triangle in half and then use the 10.
Of course, you cut the triangle in half to make a 90-degreer. You used tan. I would have thought you would have had to use this side first with a theta of what?
65.
And a hypotenuse of what?
5.
To find this side, right? Which I'm going to go ahead and call H for height. Everyone okay with that? My opposite was a small h. Everybody good? And once you had h, you were in business, weren't you? Because once you had h, then you would come over to here, and on this side you had a theta of 30, an O that was h, and an hypotenuse that was x. And once you knew h, you could work out this side, yes? Everybody good? Okay. As promised, because you guys are extra smart, there's a shortcut to this. Okay? Everybody with me? All right, check it out. This math here, what would you do? Sine 65, right, equals opposite little h over 5. Agreed? Okay, what are we trying to find? Little h. So we'd multiply here, of course, wouldn't we? 5 sine 65 would equal h. Is everyone cool with that? Yeah? Okay. Now look at this side over here. What do I got? I got sine 30 equals what? Opposite little h over what? X. Everybody cool? What am I trying to find here? X, because I already know little h, don't I?
Yes.
Okay? But watch what happens. Doesn't h equal sine 30 over little x? Does everyone agree? I'm sorry, sine 30 times x. Does everyone agree? Now, what do you notice here? They both equal h, don't they? So follow my logic. If A equals B and B equals C, then what do I know about A and C?
They both equal B.
They're equal, right? So if this equals h and this equals h, then what do I know about that and that? They're the same, aren't they? So could I not write it as 5 sine 65 equals sine 30x? Is that fair? Everybody follows our logic, my logic here, don't they?
Yes.
Okay, now how would you find x? Yes, algebra. What algebra would you do to get x alone? Divide what? Sine 30. Right? So now x equals 5 times sine 65 divided by sine 30, doesn't it? Is everybody cool with that? Yeah? Okay, now look at our original triangle. What is the relationship between 30 and 5 and 65 and x?
X and 5 are both the hypotenuse.
X and 5 are both hypotenuses of the split triangle, absolutely, that's a good point. What else? Forget about this and tell me the relationship between 30 and 5 and 65 and X.
They're both across from each other.
What's the word we use in trig?
Opposite.
They're opposite each other, aren't they?
Yes.
Right? Now, notice please, what three operations do we have over here? Two operations, I mean. We have a multiply and we have a divide, yes? Have we come across anything in our math class yet that requires us to multiply and divide in the same question? Yeah, cross-multiplying, haven't we? In cross-multiplying, we multiply the pair and divide the spare, don't we? Okay? And you guys all already have noticed that 30 is related to 5 and 65 is related to X, isn't it? By being across from each other, yeah? So, other people before us have done this, and they came to this realization. If you take an angle, A, that's any angle. How do you know it's an angle?
It's capital.
Because it's capitalized. Nice. And you take the sine of that angle and you divide it by its opposite side. And you do that 3 times. They found you got the exact same fraction each time. Now, if it happens once in trig, how often does it happen? Always, right? So, this was our original work, wasn't it? Splitting the triangle in half, yes? So let's do that. What is 5 times 65? Because that's going to get us H. 5 sine, what was it? 4.53 blah blah blah, right? Everybody cool with that? And then we come over to here and we know that this is our 4.5, yes? Right? So it's going to be 4.5 divided by sine 30, isn't it? Right? I've got it on my calculator, divided by sine 30. And I get, what did we get for X? 9.1, right? It was 9.06, blah, blah, blah. Everybody cool? Okay. Now watch. Come to this. Do I have an A? Do I have an angle in this triangle? 65. Sure. So now, I got sine 65 divided by, what's on the other side? What's opposite of that? X equals sine 30 over what? 5, right? Everybody cool? That's this, right? Now, how would I solve this? Multiply the pair, divide the spare, right?
Yeah.
What's the pair? 5 times sine 65. It'll show up. It's just lagging. $38 million. Without technology, you can't possibly learn. If I had a blackboard, we'd already be done this question, wouldn't we? Oh, I know it's there now. But then I wouldn't be allowed to do that wouldn't let me do my rant, would it, Hannes? But having this projector and this laptop makes this a cutting-edge school. Of course, in deepest, darkest Peru, where they're working on pieces of chalkboard, they're still doing trig. And they're not waiting for lag. They're already writing the answers. But it's not as sexy as wireless, even though it is technically wireless. See what I did there? I know. So we multiply the pair, and what's the spare?
30.
Sine 30, right? So to do this on our calculators, we would do 5 times sine 65 divided by sine 30, wouldn't we? Well, what do we do right there? Same thing. Did we have to split the triangle? No. We could use this thing called the sine law. Now please notice,
Right here.
did the sine law work in this triangle where this third angle was what? It was 85 degrees, wasn't it? Is there a 90 anywhere in that triangle? No. Do we need SOHCAHTOA? No. Now, you guys can do trig on any triangle, whether it's got 90 degrees or not. Now, I know that's not something to be overly excited about. It's not like Christmas morning or Kwanzaa morning or Hanukkah morning or whatever you celebrate. But it's kind of cool, I think. Okay? But there's a concern, and you'll see what it is in a moment. So, this will not be given to you anywhere on a test. This is not given to you anywhere in a data booklet. This is my gift to you. My mathematical gift to you. Why? Because, okay? What?
You don't actually have to break it up, right? 5 times sine 65 because they put it in the calculator, doesn't it work for itself?
Yes. To punch that into your calculator, you could just go 5 sine 65 divided by sine 30. Parveen.
For the headings there in terms of surveying, is that what you are testing?
Not so much, except questions like the warm-up one I gave you. Real easy ones that are 90 degrees, like west to north and, okay. Everybody good? All right, now, this is a math problem, isn't it? Because it's not a real life situation. It's just a triangle in the middle of nowhere, right? But since we're in math class, we're going to solve it. What do I need to solve a triangle? A triangle from which to solve, yes?
Yeah.
So let's look at our triangle. ABC. A is 17. Angle A is 77. B is 28. C is 16. Right? So I got to draw this bad boy. Agreed? Does it really matter how I draw it? No. So I'm going to start with the 77. That's almost 90 degrees, eh? Everyone cool? Because it doesn't matter, does it? I'm going to call that 77, which makes this corner what? Big A. When I connect that, what does that make this side? Little a, which is 17. Cool? Everyone agree? Okay. B is 28. Does it matter which one is B? No. So I'm going to make this guy B. You know why? Because I'm the boss of this question. What does that make this guy? Come on. Little c. Now, do I know anything about these guys? Do I know anything? Across from big C is 16.
Big B is
And big B is
28.
28. Now, since this is 77, and this is 17, and this is 16, then what do I know about this angle? Do I know this angle? Sure I do. How many degrees are in a triangle, Kale? 180. How much do I have? Uh-oh, addition. Damn. Out come the calculators. Tick, 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 tick.
Is the angle C.
75. Yeah? Triangle angles out of 280. We know that, right?
Yes.
Okay. And you know how to find the missing one, yeah?
Yes.
Right? Like you remember Mrs. Bad Crumble if Angie has 5 apples and yeah, and we eat 3 of them, how many apples are left? Right. So we can all subtract 2. Excellent. Okay. So we're all cool now, yeah? And our triangle is correct, isn't it? The longest side is across from the longest angle. The middle side is across from the middle angle. We're good, yeah? But I need to find B. Now, in the old days, you guys are cutting this in half. Is it 90 degrees? I don't know. Is it half of that? Oh, yeah. Blah. But now, because Math Christmas has happened, or Math Kwanzaa, or Math Hanukkah, or Math Pagan Wiccan Winter Festival, I'm running out of things. You can do this question, can't you?
Yes.
Because you know that the sine of 77 divided by 17 has to equal the sine of 28 divided by little b, doesn't it? Because of the gift that I have given you. How will you solve that?
Cross multiply.
Of course. So punch it in. What are you going to hit on your calculator? 17 sine 28 divided by sine 77. And get what?
What? Add something on. What? You don't divide by it's 17 sin 28 by
8.2. And is that correct? Is the smallest side across from the smallest angle? So did we do it right?
Yes.
Sweet, eh? Who doesn't love the sine law? Crazy people. That's who. So you guys do the next one. See if you can figure it out. Go. I'm going to be right here looking pretty, which is what I do best.
Okay.
Even when I'm sick and look all pale and not well. I think the guy on the weekend may have broken my collarbone. It doesn't feel right. I think it's shifted. But I'm tough. I'm going snowboarding tonight. I'm actually hoping to not snowboard because I'm not a particularly good snowboarder. I fall a lot. I'm a very, very good skier, but I think I have to lend my skis to my exchange student. And I have an extra pair of skis, but I got to lend that to his buddy. Yep. And abso-smurfly correct. 133.1 and 208.2. Super awesome, hey? Trig sine law is so great. It's like your best friend.
Yes.
Right? I know. Now, how did you do the area? What did you need to find the area of a triangle? Base times height divided by 2, yeah? So you just needed the height, right? So you drew in the height, and then you used either 32 and x and sine, or 56 and y and sine, right? to get the height. So I'm going to use 32. So 208.9, or not, sorry, 208.2 times sine 32 will get me my h, yes? Because I had 208.2 on my calculator. It was the last thing I did. So that sine 32 gets me a height of 110.3. Now how do I find the area? Base times height, BH divided by 2. What's the base? 251. What's the height? 110.3 divided by 2 to get. $13,847.3 meters squared. Everyone cool? Everybody good? Yes, there is a cosine law, and cosine law is not your best friend. Cosine law is like that pushy great aunt you have that is always comparing you to all your other cousins. Do any of you have that great aunt? I had that great aunt. Well, that's not as good as Tara. Or no matter what you did, your first cousin Tara did better. Now, the cosine law we use when sine law won't work. So remember, for sine law to work, we needed a pair, right? An angle and its opposite, yeah? So when sine law won't work. So it's when we don't have an angle and its opposite side. Okay? Now cosine law has two versions. All right? The first one is this. A squared, A squared, that should be big A because it's a side. No, little a. Little a's are sides. A squared equals, I gotta do this right, I gotta remember it. B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. Look at it closely. It's just sides and angles, yeah? Okay? All right. This finds us what? Finds us a side, right? This finds us a side. What if I need an angle? Then I got to get the cos by itself, yeah? So cos A. So if I got to get cos by itself, I got to do algebra here, don't I? I got to leave cos A alone. So this has to come over and this has to come over, yeah? What happens to them when they cross over the equal sign? They become minus. So cos A will equal A squared minus B squared minus C squared. Cool? Everyone agree? Now how do I get rid of this? Negative 2BC. What math is happening here? Times. So how do I get rid of times 2? Right. Divided by negative 2BC. And this will get you the angle. Now please notice it's not perfect, is it? Because what do you got to do at the end here to get your side? Square root. And what do you got to do here at the end to get your angle? Shift cos. Cool?
Would you not use shift cos at the beginning?
No, you can't, because you need to get the decimal first. You don't know your angle.
So then, once you find the angle, you shift cos.
Yep. You shift cos of the decimal. I'll show you what I mean right now. All right, so let's look at this next question. Here's a triangle, yeah?
Yes.
Can I do sine law?
Nope.
No, I can't. Why?
Because there's
I got no pairs, do I? So I say to myself, can I do SOHCAHTOA? No, because I can't split it, right? If I try to make a 90 degree, do I know how far that is? Do I know how far that is? So I'm screwed, aren't I? Except, once again, my gift to you, the cosine law. Do I need a side or do I need an angle?
Sorry.
So which am I doing? A squared equals or cos A equals?
That's good.
A squared equals. So A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A, right? Well, since I only have one angle, I should probably make him A, shouldn't I? So what does that make this guy? A, which makes this side what? Little a. And now we can fill it in, can't we? Right? A squared equals B squared. Does it matter which one is B?
No.
Nope. 47 squared plus 38 squared minus 2 times 47 times 38 times cos what? 65. Now, if you punch that into your calculator, you're going to get a hideous decimal, aren't you? Let's see. (47 squared plus 38 squared minus 2 times 47 times 38 times cos 65. Blech. A squared is that. What do I do at the end?
square root.
Square root it. Square root. Answer. 46 meters. So A squared was like 2143 and A is 46. Does that make sense? It can make sense, right? We're okay with that. Takes a lot of calculator punching, right? Everybody cool? Okay, let's look at the next one. A plane travels for 15 kilometers with a heading of 110. Uh-oh, heading. What do I need to draw?
The cross.
Yeah, the compass rose.
Sure.
It's not a cross, but okay.
It's 2 lines crossing each other.
Right? Where is 110? Down in here, yeah? Okay. So the plane goes for 15 kilometers on that heading, yes? So it's going to truck out here. For 15, yeah? Everybody cool? Everybody cool?
Yeah.
Now he turns south 40 degrees. What way is south for this plane? Up or down? Down. 40 degrees, right? So if he doesn't turn, he continues on this path, correct? But he turns south 40 degrees, doesn't he? So this is where the 40 is, yeah? So what's this inside the triangle? 140. Why, Supreet? Because I need that to be 180, because it's half a circle, yeah? And how far does he fly on that leg?
20 meters.
20 kilometers. He doesn't fly 20 meters. That'd be he'd get there pretty fast. Now I want to know how far away is the plane? I need this side, don't I? Right? So, is this a sine law or a cosine law? Because there's no pairs. But I have an angle, so what should I make that angle? Big A, which makes that side what?
And A.
Little a, and then we solve. Go. Who's got an answer for me? I'm already done. But to be fair, I've practiced this a few more times. Jinwan, what's your answer? 32.9? Abso-smurfly correct. Now, again, I remind you, will there be a question on the exam that requires you to use cosine or sine law? No. Will there be questions on the exam that require you to cut triangles in half to do SOHCAHTOA?
Yeah.
So, the regular schlubs are cutting triangles in half. If you remember this, what are you saving?
Time.
Time. Yeah, but you'll be getting a new data booklet on your provincial. But will I remind you of it right before the provincial, Kobe?
Yes.
Of course, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. All right. The next one is an angle question, yeah? So I got to draw what's missing from our paper right now?
Triangle.
A triangle. So let's draw it. Does it matter what it looks like?
No.
No. Right?
Yes.
The only thing that matters is one side is longer, obviously longer. So that makes it what? 25. Do these two really matter? No. 16, 14. I need the measure of the smallest angle. Where is that going to be? It's going to be over here, isn't it? So what should I name that angle? A. Big A, because it's the angle. Now, since I need an angle, I got to use the other one, don't I? Cos A equals, what's A squared?
14.
14 squared minus the other two, right?
Yeah.
16 squared minus 25 squared over negative 2, 16, 25. Yeah? Punch that in. And see what happens.
Huge number.
This is tricky to punch into your calculator. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I said see what happens. What do you need to make sure you do in this calculation?
Brackets. Brackets.
Where?
In the
On the bottom. And yes, you have to bracket the whole thing on the bottom.
I got the same answer.
So what did you get, Noah?
Negative 59.2.
Negative 59.2.
I probably did.
How could you have an...
1, 2, 4.
Yes. So we have a problem, don't we? Can you have a negative answer? No. So, what happened? If you end up with a negative answer, then you're having calculator issues.
Oh, I got that.
Okay, the answer is 31 degrees. So when you punch this in, now this is when actually understanding math is helpful. This is 196 minus 256 minus 625. Yes?
Yeah.
Everyone agree? Which gives me negative 685. Cool? Now, the bottom here, 16 times 25 is 400, yeah? Yeah? Times negative 2 is what? Negative 800, yeah? Two negatives gets you a positive decimal of 0.856. And then you shift coset. Cool? That's what you're going to forget. You might forget all of it, but I like doing this with you guys because it'll also be a big help to you next year. Because Sogato is pretty much done. Everybody cool? Okay, you guys try the next one, and then we're done the whole course of trig. That hurts, man. Trig's my favorite.
I said no.
No.
So it's the same triangle, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we have different information.
Yep.
I think it's the same triangle, isn't it?
No, this is, yeah. The one is before, but it's,
A was 77, A was 17, B was 28, B was 28, C was 16. Wait a minute, it's the exact same question. Well, that's interesting.
find the measurement of B. I found the answer.
We should not be finding the measurement of B.
8.2.
We should be finding angle C, maybe.
Yeah. Sure.
Sure. Let's try that. Find big C. Oh, that's tricky, hey? Because he's already been named, hasn't he? We can't call him A, can we? Intrigue. It's like an escape room. Have you? Are they fun?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Kind of.
You hated it. He liked it.
They're cheesy.
Of course they're cheesy. The world isn't going to end if you don't figure out the combination to the lock. Of course it's cheesy. So is Scooby-Doo. You always know they're pulling a mask off of somebody at the end. You still watch it.
There ain't no doubt about that. In the Academy.
What? Big C instead of B. So we're drawing it again, yeah? 77, 17, 16. You gotta pretend like you don't know it. Right? Big C. 28 is big B. So, yes, Jinwan.
Oh wait, what?
Should be the what? Angle C, yeah. The measurement of big C, which is the angle.
You have to know small.
So this is what we've got it labeled as, yes?
Yes.
Can I change it? Am I the boss of this question?
Yes.
Because I want to find C, don't I? And what I gave you was to find cos A, right?
Yeah.
So if I just move everything around, is it okay? If I make this guy A, what does that make this guy? Little a. And then if I just shift everything 1, I make that C, I make that B, then this guy's little b, isn't he?
Sure.
And then we can do it, right? Right? So I want the angle. So it's cos C equals what? A squared, 16 squared, minus B squared, right? Sorry, cos A. A squared minus B squared. Uh-oh, but I don't have the third side. Can we find the third side? How? No. Oh, come on, you guys. I just gave you the gift to find the third side of a triangle. Sign law! What is going on over here? Yeah, damn it, I totally screwed this up.
It's 75.
Stupid typo, yes. I'm pouting. Let's pretend we can't. Screw it! Ah!
Joel, he's out.